Grocery.
It was a lean match day 19 in the goal department by TTPFL standards, with just 12 scored, but there was a spectacular from Alvin in the big clash, and a classic taste of showtime. All that and more tonight on First Team. Welcome to First Team. As the battle for the top prize intensifies, I'm your host, Wayne Cunningham, along with the game caller, Jovan Ravello, and tonight's expert analyst, none other than the national hero from the 2006 World Cup squad, former national midfielder and captain, Denzel Theobald. Welcome, Denzel. How are you doing, my friend?
Very good, very good. Nice to have me.
Before we get into the old first-time highlight reel and so forth, what are you doing these days? I hear you're doing some work with the youths?
Yeah, working with the under-15 high-performance program. We're in preparation for a tournament in August in Dominican Republic. Yeah.
All right. So,
how was the preparation been going with the under-15s?
It's been going good. You know, the boys have been showing really good progress and growth, you know, in terms of the preparation. We still have a long way to go, but all in all, we're looking forward to what lies ahead in the future. Yeah.
All right, and let's see what lies ahead in First Team. This is the first match this week. Big clash. It was 3 against 4 at the Manny Ramjohn Stadium. Very well-watered Manny Ramjohn Stadium. Give thanks for the rainy season coming as we see the Tumnex Locator Rangers beginning against Club Sando, team that is headed to Caribbean competition. Rangers just missing out. A little bit of excitement here on that front. They had the first shot of the match though.
Yeah.
This was Club Sando with a retort. This was a ball to Dillon, trying to fit it into that far post. Just unable to, Nicholas Dillon. But how about the build-up here? This is a shot from Nathaniel James. Shot from distance. So free kick coming in. That was Tyrone Charles to the last post. No one able to get a real handle on it. Well claimed. How about this for some battling though? Then no one was there to apply that finish. Looked like Charles in the middle there. This ball was from Daniel David. Better service. Almost finding the inside. Half-time. How do you feel about that first half, Denzel?
I think it was a well-fought first half. You could see from, you know, the disparity in the third and fourth place. You could see that it was a really intense game.
And speaking about intense, look at this for a shot. Alvin Jones, 53rd minute. The second time he's done that this season.
Alvin with that dead ball on top of the box. They should not give Club Sando it there because he will punish them. 99% of the time. That is spectacular. That is spectacular.
He only came in at the middle of the season, but he already has 7 goals for Sando. This was Dillon turning into a provider. He's unable to find was the striker James on the far post there. This was Asun having a pop. Bit of a deflection, just went over. But Denzel, how do you think Rangers have recovered from not being able to really, make their way, into the top 3 of the league?
I think they should be disappointed with the squad at their disposal, right? And the expectation they come into the league with, knowing they are one of the powerhouses in Trinidad football. So I expect them to be disappointed with the standings and also with the result against Club Sando.
The result, indeed, was 1-0. That Alvin Jones beamer from distance.
But that 1-0, more or less, they're out of contention right now for the top prize. It's all about now Defence Force and AC Port of Spain when it comes to taking the big money. Because once again they had a chance to probably pull something back and they faltered. No, they were in the game for long periods, right? But as you saw, Alvin Jones came.
He has been making the difference for Club Sando since he joined. What an impactful, presence he was to that team. And I'm sure Conor Glenn was very happy to have him because he really stood out and he's making a difference.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of national players and players of national pedigree in the league. Do you think that this is actually a good destination for national players. You know, a couple of them are out of contract. Do you think that they should really consider coming back home just to strengthen their brand?
Of course, because I always say, before you go outside, you once started playing in the Pro League, and the Pro League is the benchmark for players to, to gain the international contract. So I see it as important for them too as well, to be able to give back. Seeing Joven Jones with Police, seeing Alvin back in the club football. This augurs well for the football too as well. It will inspire the younger generation to keep working hard and knowing the sky's the limit.
Speaking about Joven Jones, just take a look at that game between Police FC and their rivals from the Services Defence Force.
From one Jones to the next.
True football, Jones. These two teams well acquainted with each other, all in service of the country, but in service of their own strips in this match. Police, of course, in their customary grey and black. Defence Force in their yellow and blue. Unmistakable, this was Police getting on their horse early, just unable to get that one on target. This was Rion Moore barreling down the left side, ball inside. Great piece of
defending.
Yeah, a great piece of defending.
It looked a good piece of defending after Milo catch the ball.
Some improvisation, it could have gone pretty wrong, and this could have also gone wrong. It should have been a goal if you were in a Defence Force shirt. This was Police, this was Jabari Mitchell just weaving his way inside. That shot easily saved. Second half, Defence Force kept coming. Great
What
shot.
a save by
What a
Fonseca.
save.
Yeah, they looked to be heading into the far right corner. More from Police. Volley.
Just.
Just wide of the goal.
Yes.
So it skimmed the side netting. A great turn here. Nice ball inside. That is a penalty.
Stay on your feet, defender.
Yeah, the one with the cleanest shots is the best. Jabari Mitchell, though, 62nd minute, puts Police into the lead. How do you feel about the season that Jabari Mitchell has had so far?
Very impressive. I was very impressed with him. The couple of games I saw, I was very impressed with his work ethics. I'm very impressed, with his dominance also in the midfield for Police. He was all over, making an impact. And he's very influential.
He also stepping up as a leader,
Yes.
on the team.
Yes.
Yeah, 8 goals this season for him, but the equalizer would come in the 90+2 from the super sub, LaShawn Roberts. His 5th of the season,
Wow.
making it 1-1.
Take a look at it here. Fonseca just missed out, and the bravery of Roberts, Denzel.
Yes. He's one who really having a stellar season for Army too as well, coming off the bench. Yeah.
1-1 that match ends. How do you feel about this result for both teams? They won't make it up into the top.
Well, I
That
think
can
it was
fall-
an opportunity missed for Army to go on top with AC not playing on Friday. So I think they will definitely see that an opportunity missed. I think in regards to Police, they're on a rebuilding process, but the results of their late matches was impressive too as well. I think the new coach is doing a tremendous job. So Army must look at it with a disappointing face.
But do you think it augurs well for the Police coming up, because the season is going to start back probably in a couple months' time in September, the new season? You think now that the catch themselves will be a force? I know it's a bit off the distance, but the way how they regroup and come into their own in the last probably 4 match days, it was really impressive. How do you think they're looking good for the future?
I think they're looking good because, as I always say, Police and Army, with the civilians and also with the recruits they make too as well, you always expect them to be strong. And I expect them to come really stronger, for the season upcoming.
All right. So, moving on from that, we're going to take a break right now. When we come back, more highlights on First Team.
bigger than the sun and the stars. You're bigger than the things, oh my, I could tell you. You're, I know, bigger than the sun and the stars, your love. You are bigger than everything that could tear us apart. And we say together, for I, wave your hand and say you're great. Come on, say for I know, son, you're great enough.
Very happy to be sponsored by A&D, your one-shop grocery. This match between Canopia FC and Fortin Civic in the Deep South once again. This was some action from Civic. Canopia looking all over the place.
Yeah, it's no shape whatsoever.
No shape, and this was Papi with an opportunity. Just scuttled off the line. Emmanuel then into touch. This is Emmanuel on the corner everywhere in this match. They're just unable to get it on target, but Shaquille Henry tapping that one in the early 28th minute, 1-0.
Shaquille Henry went to 100 Eastern Main Road, Aruka by A&D, the must-have grocery to get some direction.
Easy peasy for Shaquille Henry, his 4th of the season. It's a free kick for Canopia. Low, but just wide of that far post. More from Civic. This is a good attack from them. But then eventually going to goal for Marcus Joseph. That is 2-0, sorry. It's a good slip ball there by Terrell Emmanuel, man called Papi, former Shiva Boys linchpin. That is a great goal from Marcus Joseph. How do you feel about that?
Denzel.
Well, I'm so happy, for Marcus Joseph. I think when he came back from India, right, he had a slow start, but now he's finding his feet when doing what he does best, which is scoring goals.
Denzel, you were in India. You played a long time up there. Tell us if you think, well, look, our players going there, the game a bit too slow to come back and jump into full international football.
I wouldn't say so. I will definitely say it's a league that is improving. India, I'm talking about here, because I spent 4 years there, and other players could attest it too. We look at it as a cricketing country, but all in all, the football is on the rise, and you can get good, competitive, high-intensity football. I think the distance plays a part with the time difference too as well, coming to international football. So that could be a deterrent for any coach who wants to select a player. But Marcus Joseph, happy to see him back on the local scene, and I expect to see, great things from him in the future.
Well, how could say that, though? Lobo come back and score 4 goals in the league. 4 goals. No. Score what?
I didn't remember things. The national coach say the Indian league a little slow. Right? He need Marcus to sharpen up. Marcus heard him. Marcus sharpen up. Simple as that. That is where that come from. You remember that conversation?
I do remember that.
Right, yeah. So.
But when you look at the way that Civic, they have been playing this season, a lot was expected of them because of their history and because of the type of players that they had. They lost a couple in the transfer market. But do you feel they would be a bit disappointed with the way that the season has gone?
Yeah, I think they started very slowly and they tried to recover. But I think with Etienne coming back into the squad, Marcus Joseph, even Houghton Hector, I think strengthened the squad in terms of their experience. And you could see that the last 5 results went in their favor in terms of victory, and also solidifying the financial situation too, with Heritage coming on board, kind of settle the guys' mindset in terms of having something to look forward to at the end of the month.
Yeah.
Having something to look forward to is very important. We look forward to this next highlight package here on First Team. Another good match. We did speak about the little drought of goals this week.
We're going into win Cunningham team?
Yeah, Cunningham versus Connection here. This was W Connection getting the first goal in just the 4th minute. Isaiah Hudson the second of the season.
Denzel, how we looking? Cali.
Disappointing season. I'm sure if Jamal Shabazz was around, he would have been disappointed. Never have I seen before Caledonia conceding, so many goals in a season, especially a shortened season too as well.
And you have to be very you have to question some of the things that happen, right? Because all the other games, 1 goal, 1-1 and thing, we get a set of highlights. But Cali losing this one, we get 1 goal and that's it.
I don't know. We'll have to talk to the editor. We'll have to talk to the video editor about that. We didn't get any highlights. I think Cali had some 19 attempts on goal.
Well, that means good comeback.
All right.
But we spoke about the disappointment that Cali would obviously feel. How do you feel about W Connection?
Okay.
They're also in transition this season.
Yeah, I think they're in transition. I think they have a very youthful squad, not much experienced players. I think where they stand in the standings, I think it's fair enough. You should be happy with it because they just have to build from there.
What do both of these squads need to do to improve in the coming new season in October or September?
Well, they always say goals win matches, but defense win championships. And if you look at the teams on top too as well, you see, the goal difference is always, plays a big role too as well. I think for W Connection part, they will definitely need some experience in the spine of their team, which is central defense, midfield and striker, right? Because they have a solid keeper in Denzel Smith. I think with Caledonia case, they just need a bit of consistency. It's not that they have been playing bad the few matches I watched them. It's just they need consistency in a 90-minute game.
Well, you talk about defense. Both teams have defensive-minded coaches, although Ras will say he's an all-round player, right? And he will put me in my place. But the defensive-minded coaches with him and Jerimo. But Cali lost some players in the transfer window. Some key defenders. Some youths at the back, right? Neil Benjamin trying to hold them together and that sort of thing. So what will you do? Will you go out and shop, or will you keep what you have and build on it?
Well, it all comes down to the club ambition in this regard. If W Connection wants to battle and compete, for the top 3 position, which is qualification for the CFU, I think they definitely have to go out and shop if they want to compete in the top 3. I think in Caledonia's case, it's the same thing too as well, because as much as they lose important key players to their squad in the transfer window, they also started strong, but then they fade away, right? And probably the key players lose motivation and also confidence in terms of the whole organization, and that's what caused the depart, right? But if Cali and W Connections, based on the ambition, want to be up there, they definitely have to do some shopping in the window.
All right,
and a team that doesn't have to do any shopping, they did some mid-season to great effect. Sawa Jabloteh against Central FC is the final match that we have for you this evening from the Arima Velodrome. Got a little sprinkle of water.
Little sprinkle, he said.
Very grateful.
Yeah, because it was dust
ground and everything. Yeah, we don't see the dust clouds in this match. Jabloteh would have their way in the conditions. This was their first goal. Jadel Carter, 15th minute.
Take a look at that one, Denzel. What do you think about this strike from Carter?
I think it was a great strike, great technique on the ball. I think with the wet conditions too, the ball that's skidding off the grass, reaching faster to the goal.
Player that has shown great persistence, coming back from a bit of a dull period in his career. It was Ricardo John just having an opportunity. More from him would follow. 45th minute. Here's the big man racing in, finding the oof.
Great
this isn't the moment. Some great defending.
Yeah.
This
should be it. Yes, Ricardo John
with that, and I think that's his favorite goal. That glancing header, just above the defender, because of his size and his power. He does that a lot.
Right.
Yeah, Ricardo John just showing all the tools in his toolbox. 1-1 at halftime. This match would be a tale of two halves in this game. Second half, it would be all Jabloteh. 52nd minute. shows up at the doorstep. That's Kevon Woodley, the man known as Showtime.
Now it's show time.
That's a poacher goal, eh?
It's a great strike there. Great following from Showtime.
Yeah.
Looked to be a lost cause, but no lost cause with him around. And another lost cause again, 59th minute. Kevon Woodley just cleaning up for Jabloteh. Cleaning up nicely. That is 3-1 at this point. It's on a double. See more from him soon after.
Picking
like
the
this
pocket.
one, 67th minute. He's not going to miss that. That is the hat trick for the man they call Showtime.
He should be charged.
Very sticky fingers.
Yeah.
Getting past his defender and just tucking that one in. The greatest of ease. Still time for more for Jabloteh. Probably their best performance this season. 85th minute.
By far.
Ishmael Sawyer putting his name on the score sheet.
Great finish.
Let's look at this finish. We haven't heard much from Sawyer this season, but certainly would be proud of this one.
Sure, he's still talking about this one.
Yeah, great finish.
Yeah.
Yeah, just opened up the body and found that far post.
Yeah.
5-1 this match ended. Central FC was tipped by many to, give a good showing this season.
And it started off good as well.
Started off well.
Yeah, they started off really strong, and then eventually, they start to fade.
We're going back to the transfer market, because they had a lot of shifting, during the window.
Yeah.
Some of the key players left and went to what they'll call the sister squad. Right? That clearly affected them.
Yeah, definitely. Right. I think after the key players left too, I think they expected more from Willis Plaza, right? And with him not delivering and having to depend a lot more on Ricardo John, I think played against them too as well. So, results went against them in some key matches, and the confidence that started dip and the performances dipped too as well.
Well, right. So with that, we take our break right now. Remember, powered by A&D, the must-stop grocery. We'll be right back.
What was that?
It was him.
Who? The king?
Ready as I can be. Oh, are you ready for a miracle? Spirit set you free. Are you ready?
One of the matches we weren't able to show you this week was the AC Port of Spain versus Prison Service match. And that's because the rainy season has fully come to Trinidad and Tobago. The earlier match, Central FC Sawa Jabloteh was able to play, but this ground was well waterlogged. The Arima Velodrome finally getting some water. And how?
The officials had no choice because the referee and the assistant referee inspected the field and they could not see the lines demarcating the penalty areas and even the byline and part of the touchline.
Yeah.
So they had no choice because, if the referee make a wrong call, nobody in stadium have no lines. The stadium referee make a wrong call. So we totally understand. We hope the ground catch itself for this weekend because we have a full section of games coming up again. And Arima will play a part as well.
And let's look at the results from this week. course, one match was postponed. That is the ACPOS Prison Service. They remain on top of the league by just 1 point. We'll show you those standings after. But Jabloteh winning against Central, Caledonia losing against W Connection. We'll pass that very quickly. Heritage, Point Fortin Civic winning against Canopia FC. Sando, we showed you that match. Defence Force and Police drawing. Not the highest scoring weekend in the league, but what was your pick of this match week?
I think the Club Sando game was very outstanding in terms of knowing Club Sando wanted to maintain their position in the league, and knowing a loss would have basically put them in fourth position. So I think that game was good too as well. Besides the Army Police game, the battle of
the services.
We spoke about those standings earlier. Let's look at ACPOS's position on top of the league and how threatened it is at this point. Defence Force FC are 1 point behind with a game played ahead of ACPOS. Tiger Tanks Club Sando on 44. Rangers are 4th on 40. Police are 5th. Central FC 6th. Heritage Point Fortin Civic are 7th. W Connection 8th. Sawa Jabloteh are 9th. We'll skip number 10. Prison Service FC is 11th. And Canopia FC are 12th.
I find Cali getting relics tonight on the show.
Oh,
I don't appreciate it.
Yeah, because Cali's your beloved.
Yes. Taking a look at the standings, it's a bit tight at the top. Everybody's settled after that race for the Champions League places. You know, caught by the top three already. AC Port of Spain, Defence Force, and Club Sando. But now is about the money. You know, it's about the top prize and the title of being champion of the TTPFL. AC Port of Spain with a slight edge in front at 1 point. You know, and they have a game in hand. Yeah. You know, so they have a thumb on the trophy. I wouldn't say a full hand.
But before we go, I just wanted to just go back to the elite under 15 team that you were speaking about earlier, because we saw Nathaniel James. He is the top scorer in the league, and he's one of the products of that. How do you feel that the team is progressing so far?
Yeah, I think they're progressing well. You know, the boys are really working hard. I think they have a bright future ahead of them. Once they continue to get a support system, then to continue to help with their development. I think the sky's the limit for this elite under 15 boys. Yeah.
All right, let's look at the next week in the TT Premier League. Match day 20 features Central FC versus Canopia FC at the Police Barracks. That is the first match of a doubleheader at 5 p.m. At 7:15 is Police FC versus ACPOS, looking to get some of the rust from that week off against a team on the rise. W Connection plays Terminex Locator Rangers at the Mahaika Oval at 6 p.m. on Saturday. And Sunday, Defence Force plays Point Fortin Civic at the Arima Velodrome. In the second match is Caledonia versus Prisons FC at the Arima Velodrome. Two teams very close to Mr. Cunningham's heart. Yes. Sawa Jabloteh plays Tiger Tanks Club Sando in the final match of the week. Your pick of the week?
Denzel.
I would definitely go for the AC Port of Spain Police game.
Easy pick.
The reason being AC, although you're 1 point in front, you know, you don't want to mess up here with only 3 games to go. Well, they have 4 because they didn't play over the weekend. So I think every point is important for them if they want to win the big prize. So that would be the pick of my games for the weekend.
Well, I'll pick Caledonia AI versus Prisons Sports Club because 2 tacticians. Anderson Veronica and Jeremy Moore. So
I
that is my
personally
pick.
shocked. Like,
you know?
I shocked. I didn't expect that from you, Mr. Cunningham.
That's my pick. That's my pick. Oh yes, gentlemen, thank you all for tonight and for seeing Denzel. It was a blast.
Yes, yes, I enjoyed.
And you know, we'll have to invite you back.
Yeah, sure,
right?
No problem.
You know, feel free to come back at any time. Sure. Jovan Ravello, as usual, on point and sparking. So we like that. And we're going to say thanks once more to our new team on the block, A&D, the must-stop grocery, 100 Eastern Main Road in Aruka. So go and check them out. Father's Day specials. Buy something from it. I'm Wayne Cunningham, first team.
This is TTT. Live for local.